a few things that I wanted to get your reaction to. Ben, this one right here is pretty funny. Hope you're ready. So I saw this. Okay, hear me out from Sohail Kakar. Okay, hear me out. TikTok, but for Polymarket. Doom scroll through the odds of everything happening in the world, see the future in real time.
I don't like it, Keith.
Somebody was like, this wouldn't work because, what did he say? Oh, Hunter, friend of the pod, an actual friend of the pod. He said, nobody wants to doom scroll through charts and read things. They want to be entertained, he said. So Hunter has actually been on the pod. He's a well-respected and successful app developer. I actually think, I might disagree with him. I think this could be extremely entertaining.
They would need some sort of media part of it. Like just simply this experience, I think people would get over in like faster than they got over the Nintendo Wii.
So if you combine this concept with the other concept, which is the 5-minute charts, the 5-minute bets.
Okay.
I mean, then you could spend your whole day on this thing.
Got it. So you create the intrigue through the urgency of it.
Yes. Because then you're just playing a game.
Yeah. That's horrifying.
So saw that and I was like, that's
bro, it's getting out of hand,
wild.
Man. And I think when everyone was like saying, oh, people should be allowed to gamble, I think how they got people to sign up for that was because they thought it would be like Vegas where they live. I don't think people could realize what it would stumble into.
Yeah, because that also contributes to your local economy. You've got jobs and like things are happening and it feels like, there's growth and whatnot. But I mean, this is just going to grow Meta's data centers. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where
B-Woo says, why is the Wii taking strays? I think the Wii was an innovative console, but it got old really fast. Like I got that thing for Christmas. I wanted it so bad and I was over it within a week. I just think it was like too early for most experiences. Still a fun party thing. But yeah.
That's funny, man. The Wii. Yeah, it was a cool concept.
It sold a ton of units, but it didn't do well from software, like the games. So like it was a success because everyone had it in their home, but everyone played Wii Sports and like maybe 2 or 3 other games.
Right. Man, that's a fascinating phenomenon. We should probably do a day where we just talk about gaming.
Oh, I could go ham on that for sure.
That's cool. So the next one that I had, this one, Ben, is also directly for you as well. And there's been this rhetoric over the weekend that everyone was talking about how Canada has been slipping, bro. In fact, we should have put that in the news. What really happened with Canada and the US over the weekend. I almost forgot about that. Ben, I'm sorry to break the news to you.
What's up?
The United States had a monstrous, incredible, awesome, fantastic victory against your hockey team over the weekend.
Yes.
Did you watch that?
Parts of it. I really don't care about hockey all that much, to be honest. Like, but we were the better team, and from what I saw, we outplayed them. From what everyone else reported back to me, we outplayed them. But at the end of the day, you guys won.
Yeah, I've never watched a hockey game in my life.
No way.
I'll admit. But that right there is hype right there.
Yeah, Canada, like they're down bad. Like all the people here after losing, because at the point in Canada, like we don't really have much else going on, and so when we lost the one thing we could always hold our hat on, like that's tough. So yeah, people were pretty upset, and I'm seeing a lot of people. So, what's up?
Just the whole thing, man.
It's all so silly.
Trump coming out and saying China's going to take away your hockey and like silly stuff like that, and then we pulled out the dub. I remember was it last year that y'all beat us in the same kind of a scenario almost?
It was
I guess the last cycle.
Yeah, we did this other thing. Thomas would know. What's that? The 4 Nations or some shit like that.
Oh, okay, that's what it was. Yep. And y'all beat us there. And I remember not caring anything about hockey, but feeling very hurt internally when that occurred.
Yeah, and the women won too. By the way, you guys beat us on both.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. That's amazing. Thank you for that, Robbie, and thank you for holding the chat down.
Yes, we appreciate you, RD.
Michael
always.
J. Davis, that's awesome. And then, but that was actually all just teeing up something that's a much bigger blow, and it's much more real of a blow, which is that Canada is the second largest country on earth with unlimited levels of oil, natural gas, hydroelectricity, and minerals relative to their size of their population. And yet Canada is now officially poorer than Alabama. Now, the real data here, because this blew up over the weekend, is about the GDP per capita. Okay, so I don't think that it's actually poorer than the state of Alabama, just
Mhm.
the GDP per
It's a great
capita.
headline though.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Um, and so there's been some more serious responses to all of this as well as some funny things, but I'll look at um, I guess one funnier one first. This lady said reasons to move to Canada. Listed are low taxes, cheap groceries, and affordable housing. And then on the charts are none of those things. So I thought that was a pretty good data analytics kind of joke. But moving forward to the serious responses for what's going on in Canada, um, this lady Lucy Hargreaves has said Alabama's unemployment rate is 2.7% and Canada's is 6.5%. Alabama now manufactures nearly as many cars as Ontario. How did one of the poorest states in the U.S. start outcompeting us?
Is
The
that
globe,
real?
the unemployment rates.
No, oh, all of this. Like the Alabama thing, making more cars than us, that seems hard for me to believe.
Yeah, I don't know about that part. That's a good question. And this also is like someone who is not like huge or anything.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut off. Go ahead.
No, please verify any veracity of any of this.
Wow.
Um,
The Globe and Mail says Alabama is now in the top five, producing 1.2 million vehicles annually, close to the 1.3 million that Ontario churns out.
okay, okay.
So yeah, that's or at least according to the Globe and Mail, that seems accurate.
Fair. So nearly as many cars as Ontario. How did that happen? The Globe, I guess a news media outlet, went to find out. Alabama spent 30 years treating economic development like a serious strategy, landing investments, making it fast and easy to build, clawing back incentives from companies that didn't deliver. And they say that Canada spent 30 years writing reports about competitiveness and not acting on them. Eli Lilly just put a $6 billion farmer plant in Huntsville, Alabama, and that could have been Montreal. Alabama is no paradise. Life expectancy is 74 versus
Mhm.
82 in Canada. Minimum wage is $7.25 in 2026, ladies and gentlemen.
In
Oh my,
Alabama?
oof.
That's
That's the
wild.
South. That's the South for you.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a line in the piece that stuck with her. In 2007, the Harper government commissioned a competitiveness report. The conclusion as to why it's difficult to take the actions needed to be more competitive, Canadians do not perceive that there's an imminent crisis. The author said that you'd get the same answer today. I think they're probably mostly right. And the Globe puts it, if Canadians remain complacent, the rest of the world will eat our lunch. We're in a crisis, folks, an imminent one at that. Time to get seriously aggressive about the changes we need to make. So I actually thought that that was super interesting, because I could see how that could happen, where it's like, if their perception is not that you're doing all that bad, then there would be no reason to change anything.
Yeah.
Are
Uh,
you looking to stay out of this conversation as a Canadian citizen?
it's just risky for me here because, like, they've done a very good job convincing the people to self-govern themselves, is what I will say. Like, if you even say, like, can we have a conversation about this? You get attacked and you get
Mm,
labeled all of these things.
mm,
So one thing I will say is that I do think that all of these problems stem from the housing costs, right? Because how are you going to pay people less when they need to pay $2,000 for a one bedroom apartment, right? So, and everybody in Canada, for the most part, like 80% of the population, I think, lives within an hour of the US border drive. And even that is consolidated to three or four major cities that have like almost all of our population. So if
yes.
so if you were to put any sort of these job places, you'd have to put it in places that are so expensive to live. And I will also say that a lot of our best talent will just leave. And so we do have a ton of immigration, and apparently they've been bringing in people who are highly skilled and highly qualified. but by whose metric, right? Like if I'm the business owner, I get to decide what I want. And yet, and Thomas is not all of us, Ben. No, I know not all of you guys, but like the vocal majority, I would say, is they're very adamant about this. And I even talked to my grandfather about this the other day because now that tab exists on Instagram where you can see what people interact with, he's so far down the rabbit hole of all the politics stuff. Like everyone is here. And it's because, like I talked about the numbers thing, right? Where if a certain amount of content has to be Canadian made content, Canadian creators know that if they talk about Trump or if they're hyperbolic with anything that is really gravitated towards that, they get more views. So in turn, they're going to like sensationalize the crap out of things. A lot of the things that is making my grandfather like probably very upset. A lot of times isn't even real.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's definitely a multi-layered problem. But I think that Canada has so much going for it. Like our people here are very great. Growing up here, I wouldn't have wanted to grow up anywhere else. And we also have a ton of resources and stuff too. But do we have the people that want to take advantage of that? I don't know, especially when you've been pushing this whole narrative for the last like 15, 20 years in Canada about how sustainability was like the whole thing. How do you preach that to people and then convince them to go pull out all these resources?
Right. Yep. Yep. Interesting situation. Never thought about the fact that Canada has so much natural resources.
We have a ton.
If you're enjoying this was actually taken out of a piece of our live stream where we go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you want to see the full version of this episode, you can click the link in the description down below. But for now, back to the clip.
But our real estate speculation game got so crazy here from so much foreign investment and then people getting really greedy here. And now people are popping up every single day that, especially in Toronto, there's so many condos that got built while people were playing this game of speculation. It's going to keep going up. So people would pre-sale buy with the full intention of selling it because it will have gone up. So they made money for doing nothing.
Gotcha.
And now they're coming where they have to close and the actual market value is substantially lower. So there's no buyers. And so then these people are going on the news being like, I can't believe they're taking my savings. It's like, what are you talking about?
Dang.
Yeah, Thomas, this is incredibly true, right? A lot of Canada's identity is simply just being better than America. That's it. All of our problems, it's like we don't see them. Like we'll walk past a freaking massive, terrible homeless problem and we'll be like, but at least we're not American. Like, two things can be true. You can think you're better and then also our situation's not good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's fascinating to think about. You know, we could all just be homies. You know what I'm saying? I think Trump's rhetoric is hilarious. Or earlier, last year, he was just like the 51st state, a couple weeks ago, just putting the map of just North America, just America.
That's what makes me think they're all in on it, though. Because he knew in doing that, he was handing the election to Carney. If he didn't do that, there's no world Carney wins. Wow. Because the whole marketing was like, this is like, I'm so confident it's all connected because like Maple Mega was getting like Pierre Poilievre was getting all this momentum, right? And people hated Trudeau and Trudeau was a liberal guy. He needed a gift from whatever source to make it possible for him to win and Trump handed it to him. So I whenever they talk, whenever they're beefing, I think it's all bullshit. I think it's theatrics.
I mean, when you really look at who Carney is, right? We've talked about it before. He's the perfect. It's like when every president has gone to Yale here. He's like that guy. Like he's like the guy who basically went to Yale and therefore was essentially groomed to be like the president or the prime minister of the country. And so, and in this case, I mean, he's been all over the globe in positions of power, which is very, very unique and fascinating.
It's really, he's a fascinating dude, objectively. Like whether you agree with him or disagree with him, he's incredibly intelligent and he's been in a lot of places.
And very well spoken, right? It's like
his brain just moves faster than everyone he's talking to.
Yeah.
You can see it, right? Like I literally, when the debates happen, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. So he's he's got that X factor. So and like would be an amazing actor as an example. So another thing that came up over this past week, or what was this one? Hold on. It's all coordinated.
Very good point. Like, don't give it the emotional energy because like we talk about the, have you ever heard of the this conspiracy theory that the aliens are extracting like energy from us. I think they call it luge.
I've heard the idea. Yeah, yeah.
The same premise on a micro scale happens with all of these events. You know what I'm saying? Like the energy is what gets the division that then allows them to do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Facts. Another thing that happened here, speaking of energy, was Sam Altman made some statements 3 days ago, and it came out. He was basically comparing intelligence to um, AI to human intelligence. I'm kind of upset. If
One of
Can
I
you
can hear
not
you.
hear this?
I can
Okay,
hear it.
cool.
the things that is always unfair in this comparison is people talk about how much energy it takes to train an AI model relative to how much it costs a human to do one inference query. But it also takes a lot of energy to train a human. It takes like 20 years of life and all of the food you eat during that time before you get smart. And not only that, it took like the very widespread evolution of the 100 billion people that have ever lived and learned not to get eaten by predators and learned how to like figure out science and whatever to produce you. And then you took whatever you took. So the fair comparison is if you ask ChatGPT a question, how much energy does it take once its model is trained to answer that question versus a human? And probably AI has already caught up on an energy efficiency basis measured that way. One of
So, AI is more efficient than humanity. And I saw that. I was like, oh, that's actually a pretty interesting way of looking at it, right? Like, if it takes that much energy to train a human, if it takes that much to train a human, then um, how bad is it to think about how much energy it takes for this AI to be able to come up with intelligence? But this guy made a very interesting point. He says, I honestly think the reason we see so much Main Street pushback against AI is because of how the leaders of the largest companies in the space have framed the technology. If they had just said they were building cool tech that helps people be more productive, it would be much more digestible to the everyday crowd who don't keep up
Mhm.
with the tech. If you keep describing it as something that is coming for your job or an
Mhm.
alternative to humans as a whole, you can easily see why some people might not like it.
Totally fair. I think that's well presented.
So, yeah. It's like, well, if we're just going to sum up human intelligence to just, efficiency, then we might be missing some of the point of humanity. And also, it's like, well, what is the point of these things? If you were creating these things to make our lives better, then it
Mhm.
might be worth valuing our lives over efficiency in the technology itself.
Well, where's it? Because like they're saying this is going to take all of our jobs, but none of them have told us how that's not a horrible situation for us. You know what I mean? They're like, you should like this. We're like, why? They're like, you should. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, very true. If you're enjoying this, this was actually taken out of a piece of our live stream where we go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you want to see the full version of this episode, you can click the link in the description down below. But for now, back to the clip. Um, so let me push it to this next piece, which we kind of brought up briefly a second ago. Like, you see the same tweets going out about stuff, and this one is Claude in this instance. This guy said, I was talking about Claude on my timeline because I thought it was sick.
Y'all are getting paid.
But you guys are getting paid. You can just see a bunch of the same tweet going out about design on Claude and how it's now better than Apple level creative directors, which obviously is going to be debatable and probably not really the case.
Mhm.
So yeah, thought that was interesting, worth pointing out. And then Greg Eisenberg, a future friend of the pod, I'm going to put that out there now. He made a tweet that said, Starter Story gets acquired by HubSpot, a $12 billion company. Not sure for how much, but it doesn't even matter. When you zoom out, it's obvious what's happening. Media is becoming the base layer of software companies as infrastructure, not as marketing. The audience becomes your research lab, your distribution engine, your recruiting funnel, your feedback loop, and your launchpad all at once. In a world where AI compresses product cycles and models improve every few months, code alone stops being the moat. Attention and trust becomes the leverage. The company that controls the narrative controls where demand flows. HubSpot bought proximity to builders. It's kind of like real estate. They bought location, location, location. They bought insight into what founders are thinking before it shows up in product analytics. They bought cultural gravity. I think this pattern spreads. I bet Frontier Labs will want distribution closer to the core, owning the builders who experiment with their models, owning the developers who integrate their SDK, owning the story about what's possible. AI lowers the cost of building, media lowers the cost of convincing. This trend continues, media is underpriced.
I think that was a great acquisition. I think that post makes a lot of sense. And as long as they post it, I'll be on Starter Story in the next few weeks. I recorded an episode with them.
Oh,
Uh,
snap, it's done?
yeah. We recorded it like I want to say 2 weeks ago. So that'll be going live whenever they decide to do it. I didn't know that they were doing the acquisition stuff, obviously, before I agreed. Um, yeah, good for him. That was obviously his goal. And that's kind of been my core thesis for YouTube for a very long time, was that very thing, right? Which is why I focused so much of my business on that. But I'm sure it was a fat check.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about it, dude.
Um,
They're like, his audience is like purely their customers or who they'd want,
exactly.
especially because the biggest moat right now in all of this is the marketing piece, right? And so
Mm,
if HubSpot gives those tools to help with that, yeah, that I think it was a no-brainer acquisition. He kind of manifested it too, where maybe like he tweeted saying you should buy me kind of deal, right? And then months later it actually happened, or a year later, whatever it was.
that's so cool.
Later, Willem. Have a good one. Have a wonderful week. We'll see all y'all. We'll see you Thursday. It's gonna be a fire episode, so definitely make sure you come back if you can.
Oh yeah, definitely be here Thursday, Willem. So dude, that's so sick. So guys, Ben is gonna be on Starter Story.
Mhm.
If you don't know, then you need to know. Check out those guys over there at Starter Story. They have an incredible show that they
Yeah,
do.
they're nice guys. They're cool.
Yeah, man.
I had fun time recording with them. I'm very curious to see how the video turns out because they have full editing freedom, right?
Right.
So I may end up looking like a total asshole. Who knows?
They might put out a hit piece on Ben, y'all.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When it goes live, guys, go in there and show me some love because the comment sections get shaped by what other people see, right? So like,
True.
literally, it can go amazing or bad based on the first few comments that are there because then that shapes the next thought, right?
Absolutely. Couple memes.
Go for it.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, we got asked, have we thought about doing a Discord? Would be dope to connect off stream. Yeah, we thought about a lot of that stuff. We just want to make sure that anything that we add in addition to, we can handle appropriately
Yep.
to not diminish what it could be. So a lot of the roles that we're hiring for, they'll play a role in the expansion of the ecosystem for sure. And we thought about, we're going to launch a Patreon in the not too distant future. And we've been coming up with more and more ways to make that more of a connection thing.
Yep.
And we're used to it, Ben, by me being an
What was he
asshole.
talking about? Oh,
That's awesome.
how would you know that he was saying that? That's funny.
I'm making an assumption. I don't know for sure, but I assume that's a joke. Good one. Boom roasted. Yeah, we will be adding more and more and more. So go ahead and add to.
Time for the memes, y'all. And this one got to me this morning. I thought it was hilarious. This guy said, "What would you do in this situation?" And homie said, "Sell software stocks." Thought that was a perfect summation of the moment in culture at the moment. Everybody's caught up in the AI doomsday hype. So, another one quickly here. Trump last week, when he did a statement on the Supreme Court ruling, he made two different truth statements that were pretty long. You know, he tends to do these. And somebody was like, "I ain't reading all that. Happy for you, though," or "Sorry that happened." That was pretty good.
That's awesome.
Because ain't no way. So this was awesome. I saw this tweet that said, "Reply with a photo only your fandom would understand." And honestly, this was such a sick thing to see kind of occur, because I went through the quotes and was like, to see, would I understand any of these things? And I didn't. But the reason that I actually found this one was because of this account here, VC's.
That's Andreessen, right?
Yeah. So that is the top of Mark Andreessen's head.
He's a brilliant
VCs
guy.
congratulating themselves is one of my favorite accounts of all time. It's really good. They just make fun of Silicon Valley and some of the crazy statements they say. And Mark Andreessen is definitely one of the main characters.
For sure. He's one of the biggest names.
So that was really funny. And I was like, I had to see if I would see any of these other ones. And Ben, I wanted to see if you knew any of these other ones. Like,
Haven't seen one that I know yet. Oh, I don't know what that is either.
Like what? And some of these have crazy amounts of likes. You know
That's
what I
why we
mean?
need a meme person on the team.
Yeah, because like this is insane. And to be fair, I guess these are pretty international as well. But anyway, so thought that was interesting to think
Super
that
cool.
there's all these worlds out there that exist. You
So
know,
many pockets of culture all over the place.
if you're enjoying this, this was actually taken out of a piece of our live stream where we go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you want to see the full version of this episode, you can click the link in the description down below. But for now, back to the clip. Yep. And then this one was just kind of silly. It wasn't super funny or anything. So this guy said the tariffs are no longer available. We only have the debasement left for the high class restaurant goers. And then this one is about the open claw thing going on. Bro, have you tried Cloudbot? It's so insane. A little bit, not much. What do you use it for? It's crazy, man. You can do anything with it. And he's like, okay, what are you doing with it? He's like, you got to try it. And it's like, try it for what? Don't get left behind, man. So definitely a summation there as well of what's happening with the AI hype. Just this idea of don't get left behind, right? Is the narrative that you have pointed out earlier today as well, right? That's kind of the ethos around it all.
Totally.
Couple more. This one was from Elon Musk himself. People giving OpenClaw root access to their entire life. Handing over the AK-47 to the monkey. Essentially here, mass destruction may ensue. And then this one was funny. Naval, we love Naval, but this was pretty good.
He's getting some hate though. Like his haters are growing by the day.
Interesting. Well, this statement makes it possible. He says, if you're unwilling to defend your country in time of war, then you're a tourist, not a citizen. And he got some pretty spicy replies. Ryan said, see you on the front lines, Naval. How Naval felt typing this. And a few other ones that I won't say out loud, but I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's a wild statement to say as someone who's like super, super rich.
Yeah. Yep. Naval, you don't have to participate in that one, my brother. So just and probably past the, I don't know how old he is, but listen, brother, don't be volunteering me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I don't want to go to war.
Let's see. So this one was just silly. He said guys will pay $20 a month for an OF, but not for Claude. Buddy, you are subscribing to the wrong model.
He's big in the consumer app world too.
Okay.
Or just consumer product. I think his big thing was the Tabs chocolate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where it was like this aphrodisiac chocolate.
So that's his space.
Yeah, it was. He really like modernized the mass like clipping strategy for ecom. So like he got people into a Discord and made them all affiliates, and then essentially because everyone would share their winners, it just increased the chances of everyone making winners. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was like they were absurdly successful with that. I believe he's now exited, and what he's doing now is he's created a software where they will pursue people violating your IP for you.
Okay. I do see that. Yes. Yep. Okay. And for products, that's a pretty big deal. For physical products, he's doing it.
Yeah. I'd imagine that's huge.
Yep. It's a big thing on Amazon and stuff like that. Yeah, that's very smart.
Yeah, super interesting. Going to be an increasingly large issue. But someone said when we went through those memes and we didn't know them, they're like, "Damn, y'all don't know ball." I'm like, "Yeah, we're not deep into that." But yeah, definitely. If we our memes person will hopefully know a lot more of those than we did.
Hey, you made it to the end of the clip. That means you're probably enjoying this. And if so, just know that you can catch us live every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to see the full version of this episode, you can click the link in the description down below. Otherwise, YouTube thinks that you will enjoy this next.